Hey everyone, Harry here to talk about the whole state of play with the biggest criminal set of prosecutions in DOJ history, namely against the January 6th insurrectionists and rioters. And we have a total clash coming up because the DOJ put out new stats yesterday. It's clearly already the biggest, but there are 200 more people they are considering charging. So when they leave and the Trump people arrive, there's going to be 200 files of people they're still looking into. And there's good reason for this. Many of them have been hard to find. Nobody, whatever they suggest about how quickly DOJ should have moved against Trump, nobody says they weren't completely all hands on deck and focused and diligent with respect to these January 6th rioters. Indeed, some people have suggested it was that very focus on them that made the DOJ not be able to move quickly enough against Trump. But in any event, let me just give you some basic numbers. There have been over 1,583 people have been charged with crimes having to do with the attacks. 600 or so are the more serious assaulting, resisting, or impeding law enforcement agents. But there's also carrying firearms, destruction of federal property. For the most part, they say, they have not charged people who just, even though some defendants have argued this, who just kind of entered in and didn't really make trouble. 1,500 plus cases, 1,100 fully adjudicated. A lot of them, of course, are waiting for pardons. 700 have already completed their sentences. The lower level people didn't get long sentences. And remember, it's been 4 years. Okay, so that's the sort of profile and summary of what they've done already. But here's the headline. Remember, Trump says he's going to come in and pardon people right away. More than that, he's called them patriots. He says we love them. Some of them are showing up at his inauguration. And what does that mean for people who haven't been indicted yet? There are 170 defendants who have pleaded guilty. They have been charged. They're awaiting sentencing. And 300 cases where they've been charged, but no plea has happened. And then a couple hundred that are still being evaluated. So when I said 700 that haven't been charged, it's to be more precise, that haven't proceeded to sentence. So their cases are pending, and it's going to be just a total collision course. You can imagine, even on the pardon front, which is an outrage. You've had Trump saying that'll be case by case, but if they come in and just give all of these 700 remaining defendants at different stages, including they've pleaded guilty and they're just awaiting sentencing, a pass, and they just, in a wholesale way, give them a get out of jail free card, it's an incredible outrage and a really vivid case of unequal justice, as between the people who were already put in jail or have served their sentences. If, on the other hand, they do it case by case, and the Trump DOJ now does more charges against January 6th defendants, you have to imagine MAGA goes apoplectic and what's going on. Either course seems difficult to contemplate. Presumably the most likely is they shut it all down, but man, oh man, in some ways that's as rank an injustice even more than the pardons, at least if the pardons are individual and don't reach the top folks. On that score, by the way, one of the most involved defendants has already reached out to Trump for a pardon, and we'll see when this comes. That'll be quite a story, and as I say, an abomination when it happens. Whoever gets pardons, but certainly if it's any of the organizing folks who receive long sentences. But what's going to happen now to these 700 folks once the Trump forces come in? Would they just get a wholesale, you're free to go? Very possibly, and man, oh man, would that stink. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.